Let's speak to Jane Cooper, part of the Rotary Foundation's End Polio campaign. She joins us now from Stone here in the UK. Jane, good to have you with us. It's been a long battle, but this is a major achievement for the continent of Africa. People like yourselves must be celebrating.
Absolutely thrilled. I can hear Rotarians across the world celebrating and cheering.
And how close are we to eradicating polio everywhere?
We're getting much closer. It's brilliant now that we've got Africa polio-free. We've just got Afghanistan and Pakistan left to get rid of the wild polio virus there.
When I was reading the figures, I think it's astonishing that something like 95% of the population in Africa are immunised. I mean, that must have been achieved against immense odds when you look at the conditions in some African countries.
Absolutely. The infrastructure that is set up across the world and in Africa is phenomenal, and it has been put in place in the last 35 years across the world. So we've got lots of health workers that are vaccinating and building the trust within local communities. We have emergency operations centres that make the assessments and encourage and monitor, and sophisticated surveillance networks that will actually identify people with polio and will actually trace contacts and monitor the environment as well. So a huge environmental and people system, yes.
And are there, I'm guessing there are very useful lessons to be learned in the whole process of setting up this system, this infrastructure that has allowed us to get to this point. Can that now be translated into fighting other diseases?
In fact, it very much has been. It was used in the fight against Ebola. And now, of course, it has been very much part of the COVID fight as well. Many of the health workers, the vehicles, the emergency operations centres, and the surveillance network has been put over to help with the COVID fight. So yes, we call it a Polio Plus campaign, because it's not only polio now that we're fighting, it's also the other diseases and health and hygiene as well. Yeah.
Yes, indeed it is. But for the moment, we join you in celebrating that great milestone as far as polio is concerned. Jane Cooper, thank you very much indeed for joining us.